This is GACenter, your look at the Grand Arena Championships of content creators from around the globe. Here are your hosts, Flair from Gaming Embers and the Nev from the Escape Podcast.
Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to GACenter. Flair, do not make me call you a boss. Should have been in your seat. I don't know. Okay, hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, the Nev, and I'm joined by my co-host, Flair from Gaming Embers, and this is week 8 of GACenter Leagues. We are going to give you a bunch of stats, a bunch of data, all your favorites, content creators, GAC, stacked up against each other in a division. Does that sound like a lot of fun? Well, it's a lot of fun delivering it, so...
It's going to be fun.
It's going to be fun. We have, oh my god, we've got some brilliant stats to deliver to you today. Some major changes in some of the divisions, and some unbeaten runs finally coming to an end. Are you excited, Flair?
I am very excited. Guys, as usual, during the course of this episode of GACenter, any bits, cheers, donations, anything like that, follows, subscriptions, we will not have those playing during the show. We will recognize them at the end, but thankfully, our lovely moderators in chat will be recognizing those throughout the course of the episode. But, like I said, we will take some extra special time at the end to recognize you lovely people. Anyways, Neil, let's crack on with it.
Let's get crack on. And we start off the day with Bulldog. Another 3-0 from the big dog, but no crown and no whammy from Bulldog today. Round 1 was a flawless victory, and he did get the full clear in round 3, but Tricky DR team saw Bulldog's first ever round without a full clear all season. However, he is still undefeated, so can't complain there.
Absolutely. Infinum going 3-0 this week. Round 1 had to deal with some Relic clones and a Relic Django, but didn't have too much else to deal with on defense. He's had a really good, strong defense, and everything worked because he measured according to defense. Round 2, opponent, again, stayed true to his colors, did exactly what he did every week, planned around it, got the win there. Round 3, went up some really weird teams, and the opponent had a Relic 5 Fulcrum, which is odd for people in our division, Relic in Div 5. But didn't get the full clear, but still got the win. So good job, 3-0 Infinum.
Flair. Back to business for Flair with a triple crown. Oh, no, wait, you didn't get the triple crown, did you?
I was so close, dadgummit!
Just a whammy. Oh, well. I guess a triple whammy's better than forgetting to join, am I right? Should have been a crown, though. Shouldn't it? Crown in your sights, and you go and use the wrong specials for Palpatine.
No, that wasn't what killed it. It was the Malik battle. It was the Malik battle.
Okay, it was. I'll let you have that one. Still, should have had a triple crown. Well, enjoy the triple whammy, mate. You're gonna need a lot more of those to get off the bottom of the table.
Don't remind me. Commander Cody going 3-0 this week. Just looking at how he did. Round 1 had a timeout with JKR Jedi versus Akira Nest team, but his opponent struggled against his own Padme. In round 2, Bastil lost to Old Republic, and his Shock clones lost to Maul Sith team, but his Mother Talzin and his ships held for the win. Round 3, both got the full clear one shot. Thankfully, Commander Cody won the battle on efficiency. Good job, 3-0.
Brain kill, the perfect week for Brain Kill ended in commiseration in the final, as he saw the whammy ripped from his grasp in a tense third round match. A single loss to a bounty hunter team saw him lose the round by 2 banners. Just hate to see it. 2-1 for Brainkill. There is the division. And who's that at the bottom, Flair?
Okay, this is the same song you dance every week. Let's just get on with it.
Okay, let's just get on with it. But note 24-0 for the big dog at the top. Still undefeated after 2 solid months.
Yeah, absolutely. Jeez. And on to the next division. Bringer of Death. Round 1 lost a clone v clone matchup, and his HK droids lost to the Vassal of Jedi. But thankfully, he won on efficiency. Round 2, he tried 3 battles against Palp. Did get a win somewhere else and just kind of stopped. His opponents didn't even clear ships and won. Round 3, paging Bringer of Death. Where were you? Yeah, he didn't play. So, yeah, 1 and 2. Sorry, Bringer.
The lone gunman. Again, perfect start to the week. A flawless victory in round 1. And it does. Sometimes it can give you momentum. Sometimes it can make you complacent. But both competitor and opponent came a cropper in round 2 when they both failed to clear each other's fleets. So definitely some crossing going on there. Gunman's opponent coming out on top by 9 banners, but all was not to be lost, as the full clear in round 3 stopped the rot, and he finished the week 2-1.
Stone coming in with 3-0 this week. He dropped 3 times to the fleets, but his opponent tried 3 times and lost all 3 times as well. So barely a clear there. Round 2, he lost the Palp versus the Sisters, but his opponents couldn't even clear past the Bugs or JTR. Round 3, lost a Bastila versus Mother Talzin team. Had a timeout on the ships, but his opponent dropped way more battles than him. So 1 on that alone. So coming in with a good 3-0. Good job, Stone.
Renard the Fox, our resident German fox, was a happy puppy this week, facing no sandbags. His opponents went medium D and heavy O. Round 1 was a flawless victory, but he did have to improvise against some speedy mods on that medium defense. Round 2 was another flawless victory with ruthless efficiency. And round 3, yeah, you got it, another flawless victory against an opponent with good relics and good mods, but oh my god, he made the victory look easy with a 20 banner win. Triple crown to Renard the Fox this week.
Orlamar coming in with a 3-0 this week. As he puts it, he was away on vacation, so none of his battles were recorded this week. But round 1, unfortunately, Ness did not win versus the Ewoks, did not make proper jerky of them, but everything else was a one-shot. His opponent got stuck on Darth Revan in the very front, winning with a very solid banner lead there. Round 2, he got an efficient clear, and his opponent couldn't clear the Negotiator, giving him another solid win there. Round 3, his opponent went really light on defense, so he went heavy on his defense. So his opponent struggled against Padme and was able to clear Darth Revan or the Rebel fleet with a solid win there. 3-0 Orlamar.
Moyo saw his dreams of a triple dashed by the First Order this week. Round 1 was a great start with a flawless victory, but then came round 2 and the First Order. 6 holds in total cost him the round, but he did come back with a full clear in round 3 for a good finish to the week. 2-1 for the week. Wasn't a complete and utter disaster, but very, very pesky First Order against Moyo.
Andy Beads, everyone, Canadia's favorite son. Round 1 went against an auto-deployed opponent. Didn't get the full clear, and his opponent still tried to attack, even though his best stuff was on defense. But got held off by Bosk, Boba, and Grief. Opponent didn't get the full clear, so he took the win. Round 2 was another win Opponents said a weird defense, characters having the wrong mods, relic characters with absolutely no speed. He thought he was getting punked. Lost 3 battles himself, but combined with 2 extra holds and cleaning the top territory, he got the win. Round 3 was another win. Opponent went heavy offense and was unable to full clear with holds from, you guessed it, Bosk Boba Grief. And he was finally able to get a full clear, give himself the first 3-0 in quite a while. Good job, Andy.
Oh my god. A 2-1 for Vendetta. He's finally tasted defeat.
What?
Flawless victories in round 1 and round 3 couldn't stop V from finally succumbing to his first defeat of the season. No full clear, but also no major issues. I guess he just accepted his fate and withdrew with grace. The run is over, but he still rules the div roost.
Oh, poor Vendetta. Marco, round 1, got the full clear 1 shot, but unfortunately lost on efficiency. Round 2, man, he got stumbled by Crew, by Palpatine, and by Asajj Ventress and the sisters. All of them tripped him up bad. He got a single hold on his defense, but got cleared nonetheless. Round 3, he did lose with a GG versus lost GG to Shock and once to the ships. Got the full clear, and his opponent stopped after losing a single battle to Padme. So there's a 1 and 2 for you, Marco. Ugh, tough.
Jake AW. A pretty moderate week for Jake. 2-1. Not a massive week. Didn't get all of the wins he wanted. Lots and lots of losses. But I mean, he got a full clear and a flawless victory in rounds 1 and 2. And that saw him good. I mean, the bad kind of came in round 3 as 27 losses in that one round alone cost him the triple. But very nice kitchen sink. Very nice kitchen sink.
He's playing for Thad territory here.
And there it is. There is no more undefeated. There is no more undisputed undefeated. And to boot, not only does Vendetta lose his undefeated, but he gets pipped at the top by Olimar on banner difference. So
look at that difference. 4,000 banners.
I know, that is just massive. Yeah, 215 battle wins to 189.
But also notice that Renard is nipping right at the heels of Vendetta. All it takes is Vendetta to lose one more battle, and Renard takes second.
Yep, that top 4 has been, that top 4 has been pulling away from the rest of the league for several weeks now. They've all been getting comfy 3-0s, 3-0s, So the 2-1 from V, he's not going to be pleased with himself. He's not going to be happy with that at all, and he's not going to be happy not being top of the table for the first time in 2 months or so. But hey, we've still got 4 months of the season, plenty to play for.
Plenty to change up. All right, we are on to Fort Mort now. Fort Mort. Round 1. Apparently he just had a bad time. Just IRL. He had 17 minutes to do round 1. Had to play the front row by hand and went full auto for the rest of it. He won on efficiency, went heavy defense for this round. Round 2 went a heavy defense again, and his apparently his opponent only cleared the front top only, and he full cleared, taking the win there. Round 3, he got a loss besides when he didn't set his D. Guy set had a lot of G12s versus his, but he opened Negotiator and expected to hold it, dropped into dominated efficiency, made some mistakes, but unfortunately, taking the first loss for quite a little bit. 2-1. Sorry, Fort Mort.
Geek Girl, the queen of the 2-1, probably the most solid and consistent competitor of the div, never failing to have a good week. Struggled in round 1 with a tough defense, but had a nice, easy full clear in round 2 with no real craziness. Lots of defensive holds, though, in round 3 as Geek Girl held her opponent to 2 territories and got the full clear. Another 2-1, another solid week for Geek Girl.
Boma going 1-2. Had a tough opponent. His opponent had 500,000 more GP, more G13s, 4 times as many G12s, and it went very heavy defense. Kept his gas for offense, though, and he got the full clear, but lost 2 battles along the way. His opponent also got the full clear, but he dropped more battles, giving him the win there. Again, another punch up in round 2, 3 times the amount of G12s. And got the full clear, took 2 battles to kill JKR and GG squads for his first loss in a long time. Round 3, he got really stupid this round and went much weaker on defenses than normal. Opponents had a really easy full clear, and he had a bunch of brain farts. So unfortunately, went 1-2. Sorry, Boma.
Wrangler, our resident space cowboy. No losses, all wins for this week. Undefeated this 3v3 season. Very interesting round 3, though. You see all them losses? 70 losses.
Now he's fighting for sad territory now.
67 of those losses were in round 3. I think he's trying to challenge Thaddeus's. I think he's going for Thaddeus's record for most losses in a season. 67 losses. There. Sometimes there's just no getting past some slackers. But still, 3-0, no whammy, no crown. But hey, who cares? It's 3-0.
Absolutely. Yeti taking his first loss in the month on the very end of it. Round 1, classic GL versus no GL. He set a pretty tough on the bottom, and stood tall after 5 defenses. Darth Revan Malik and GL Kylo. And he got the full clear. First one-shot full clear. Round 2, both kept the lot for offense, apparently. They both left GG and Padme on the front bottom and Darth Revan Malik teams behind it. And they both got the one-shot full clear and tied second highest score for the season, but he had the higher GP. Round 3, he had a lot of problem with the GL. And,
yeah, I can tell. I can see the 7-0 just like everybody else.
Yes. As he put it, robbery, robbed, lost, and then I didn't get to giggle at 69 defenses. Oh, poor Yeti.
Scribe. Not sure what he's doing or where he is. Pretty sure he was on vacation for a week. Let's see if he gets in touch sometime. 1 and 2.
Oh, hi,
what?
Neil.
What?
Neil.
I paid my dues. What?
Stop. You didn't actually do it. You didn't do it in time. You did it afterwards. Anyway,
okay, I'm still doing this though.
Crack it open. Fine. Have
still
fun
doing
with
this.
It.
Still doing this.
Round 1, straight out the gate. There was no way you were getting a triple crown this week. Lost to a JKR to JKR battle.
Yeah.
You full cleared. The opponent didn't. At round 2, you got the full clear one shot. Snagged 2 holds. Round 3 was another full clear one shot. And Akbar saved your tail in that round. That was the only hold you got. It did it. Take your 3-0 and deal with it.
Oh. Rand B only got the 2-1 this week. Great start. Saw Rand running away. I mean, he ran away at the beginning of this week in round 1 and round 2. Then came round 3. His opponent, 500k higher GP and 15 relics to Rand's 8. Rand did not look back. He didn't look down. His opponent put a solid D down. He goes for wins, bloodied and scared. He knows that to get the triple, he must get a territory. The defender of the territory. Oh, Shakti. A relic Shakti. He threw the kitchen sink. But the healing mechanics were just too much for Rand. Too much, and he succumbed to the loss. No triple for Rand. 2-1 for the week.
Hey, when are we getting this on audiobook? Can we just have you retelling these? Anyways, Little Gator, can we just surmise it as they just couldn't get through my gas on D? Because every single round he set gas on defense and no one could get past it. Got the full clear every round as well, besides ships on some of them. Do your ship battles, boy. 3-0. Good job, Little Gator.
And here it comes, Fortmore. Here it comes. There is the division. 2-1, and you still took the top. 2-1, and you took the top.
Woo! It's a 1-win difference.
I am still coming for you. Hey, I have closed that 2-round gap to 1, mate. It's just one
that
now.
Banner difference, though.
I am going to destroy you on banner difference, my friend. Destroy you. The second we tie on rounds, I'm going up above you, and I ain't coming back down.
Fortmore, fight for your life.
So yeah, the story of Division 2 this week is me and Fort basically leapfrogging a Bobber and Yeti because of the Yeti only dropped 1, but Bomber dropping them 2, that 1 and 2. Hey, you hate to see it, but his misfortune is my good fortune. So yeah, the Fort and the Nev at the top dogs. I'm coming for you. Yeah, bring it, my son, bring it.
Anyway, Neil, let's get to a commercial and then let's start talking about Div 1, shall we?
Okie dokie, mate. See you in a sec.
SWGOH.GG is your one-stop site for the raw data behind the game Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. From complete gear lists to intuitive stats behind all of your favorite holotable heroes. SWGOH.GG has it all. With a .GG account, you can get a complete view of your own roster, see how you match up against other players, and even check out the history of your own Grand Arena Championship matches. You can also see what your opponent used on you to give you a better understanding of counters and team compositions to improve your gameplay. Did you know that they also have some great Patreon features as well? Ad-free browsing of their site, guild information, and manual information requests are included in their 3 levels of Patreon support. Check out the site for more details. That's SWGOH.GG. Unleash your holotable potential today.
Did you know that if you signed up to become a Patreon, you could get tons of rewards? Force Ghost Scotty could do a roster review for you. Neil Andrew Air could share Grand Arena tactics. Or Paul could even help you get maximum stars in Geonosis Territory Battle. And you even get access into the after show. Sound good? Sign up to be a Patreon today. For as little as $2 a month, you could unlock a ton of potential content. And also get closer to the hosts. Head to patreon.com/theescapepod to sign up.
Have you been interested in getting items 3D printed but haven't wanted to buy one of those expensive printers? Are you looking for a literally one-of-a-kind tech gift gadget? Evil Genius 3D Printing and Gadgets is your one-stop shop for both of those items. Nerd-owned and Escape Pod approved, put Lenny the Evil Genius to work for you. If you can dream it, he could possibly make it. Contact Lenny at evilgenius3dprinting@gmail.com for more information. That's evilgenius3dprinting@gmail.com. Get something unique in your hands.
And welcome back to the show. It's the second segment where we talk about the big boys, and oh my goodness, look what we have before us.
New challenger approaches.
The introduction of Finn from RSG is a welcome one. He's here to replace Urza, who recently quit the game. He has a good record and an unusual style that I'm sure will provide a lot of entertainment. He likes to get really, really interactive with his audience in both setting of defense and his offense. So let's get on to the week. Nice and easy wins in round 1 and round 3, but he had a little bit too much fun in round 2 and blames Grande for some poor offense choices. but still a great start for Finn. 2-1.
DB coming in with a pretty good with a 3-0. He's been having a rough. He's had a rough season on GACenter. But round 1, he lost the gas versus Dreven, but he got the full clear, and his Dreven held his defenses strong. Round 2, got the full clear one shot. His opponent tried to gas versus Slacker and lost that one. Round 3, he dropped a Palp versus Balp and Negotiator Mirror, but he got the full clear nonetheless. And again, opponent tried to gas versus Slacker and just stopped after that. So good job, 3-0. Is this a flash in the pan, or is this the comeback of the real DB official?
DPK 0-3 for the week. DPK he's over 3v3 like so many others. 3v3 fatigue has been an issue for some competitors this week, and it was no different for DPK. His heart wasn't in it at all as he loaded his defense to no avail. 0-3 for DPK.
On to Grid. The man with the hair did what he does best and just threw it all on offense. Round 1 was a full clear one shot. Opponent dropped one battle to Bosk. Round 2, full clear one shot. He squeezed by with 6 banners. And round 3, another full clear one shot, clapping a little bit with a 12 banner lead. Good job, Gridden.
Thaddeus! 1 and 2. Back to normal for Thaddeus. Back to normal.
Loss count's too low.
Back to normal as he lost round 1 very comprehensively to a GL Ray. 14 losses. Round 2 was a full clear with a win. So, there was always a chance, he was in for a shot at a 2-1, but then R3 came and round 3 was another loss. This time, though, it was much, much closer. In Thaddeus standards, it was much closer. I mean, he lost by 22 banners, which for most of us is quite a wide margin. But for Thaddeus, that's close for Thaddeus. Anyway, he finished 1 and 2 for the week. Thad, you need to get your losses up, mate, if you want to keep a hold of that title.
I know, seriously. Spartan coming in with the 2-1. Round 1 was a loss. Got hung up on some Relic Knight Sisters that cost him 2 attacks. Relic GG cost him 3 battles, and he was unable to get to the fleet. His opponent cleared the board and lost on the banners. Round 2 was a win. He got almost a full clear, but he couldn't get past the fleets, and his opponent didn't even show up. So good job right there. Round 3 was a win. From the looks of it, his opponent would have trouble with his defenses. He was able to clear 2 zones. Ran out of time clearing the top zones, but still managed to get the win. So good job, 2-1 Spartan.
Black Mamba, triple whammy for Black Mamba. Looked like a crown. Looked like it was definitely going for a crown after round 1 with a flawless victory, but single loss in round 2 saw an end to all hopes of a triple crown. And by then round 3 saw more losses, but by then he knows he's not going to get the triple crown, so he's just going for the triple whammy, and that was the best he could hope for, and that was what he got. Triple whammy for Black Mamba.
It's just Ian, one of our amazing theory crafters, went 2-1 this week. Round 1 straight out the gate, full clear one shot, lost on efficiency. Unfortunately, round 2, he lost a single battle to JKL, a Jedi Knight Luke, but his GL Ray and a Finn team both holding the lines on defense. Round 3, he lost a Gas Snips duo to Dooku, DDK, and Geonosian Brood Alpha, but he got the full clear with GL Ray doing her work on defense as always. So 2-1, not bad.
Macias 2-1 for the week. Round 1 was a bit of a blur for Macias, so much so that he forgot he actually won round 1. Round 2, his absent mind let him down in round 2 as he forgot the correct team to beat Slacker. So he lost. Round 3, though, was the kind of round Micaeus likes. And by that, I mean there were no GLs on defense. So no GLs on D. Big mistake. Big mistake from his opponent. And inevitably, a win for Micaeus. 2-1 for Micaeus for the week.
I love reading Jigabachi's reports. They're just so much fun. So I'm going to read them as he put them. Round 1, I put down a light defense. So light, my opponent easily clears only one skunked battle. I full cleared Big Willie style and chunked one of my best banner scores of the season. Round 2, my opponent plays the exact same defense every round and took the same team's offense every round. I matched it up and placed salty wrinkles for him, and he got stuck. I full cleared, as he puts it. Round 3, put the mass defense down. They put once in each round in GAC. No zones are cleared. He won by only clearing 4 battles. Quite sure that other dude is hot, but he can relax for the next week and shake it off. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. I promised I would use Zeta Qui-Gon Jinn lead Jedi in 3s every round. Followed through, and Qui-Gon Jinn, Hoda, and Snips clipped dudes all season. 3-0. Good job, Jig.
It's the Bisweeze. Oh, the Wheezy made some critical errors this week, which is why it's only 2-1. The critical errors came in round 3, and that's what cost him the triple. Round 1 and round 2, solid round wins, beating his opponents with the efficiency that we have, come to know from Bisweeze. Now, his opponent even got in touch with him in round 2 regarding his Rolo defense because he admired it that much. A good month for Bisweeze, a good month. Recently promoted player, like so many others, though, glad to see the back of 3v3.
Wiggins Bog coming in with a 2-1 this week. Round 1, he eventually cleared GL Ray, got the full clear, and his Supreme Leader Kylo Ren held the line. Round 2, he lost 1 battle to Padme, still got the full clear afterwards. Got plenty of holds, with Slacker still standing and his Malevolence taking 2 battles to topple. Round 3, lost by a single banner.
Oh,
That's so sad. 2-1. Sorry, Wiggs.
Whatever. Solid triple for whatever. Even if some rounds were a bit of a stretch. Round 1 was a full clear despite having to double tap a Malevolence fleet. So still got the win there. Round 2 was a little less concerning despite a double tap needed on a Relic 3 Wampa. But his solid D held his opponent. No full clear for you. Round 3 was close, like real close. A win by a single banner. Single banner win in round 3 that gave him the triple whammy. Triple whammy for whatever. He's a happy man.
He's Ranger. How you doing, Ranger? Ranger going 3-0 this week. Lost a single battle in round 1 to the fleets. Everything after that was a full clear, one shot. His opponent had nothing to compare. Full clear all 3 rounds, and much more efficient on all of them. So he understands. But hey, Kyber's life. Life is Kyber, right?
Moon. An unfortunate week. Saw Moon miss a clear run for the 3v3 month. Round 1 and round 3 were business as usual for our master of lifetime stats. But it just all went wrong in round 2. A very tight round. The opponent only clearing 1 territory. Kind of creating a bit of a stalemate. and a frustratingly boring match for Moon, which ultimately he lost, and it cost him a 12-0 for the month. So 2-1 for the week on Moon. Will not be happy with that.
Cubs coming in with 2-1. Oh, look at those losses. Anyways, round one, he dropped Shakti to Finn and the Resistance brothers, but he got full clear one shot. Round two, he took an astounding 23 battles to kill GL Ray. Thankfully, his Newt and Mon Mothma held the line. And at round three, sent in a burner into Darth Revan to burn some abilities, then got the full clear with his Django and Mon Mothma doing the work. Excellent job.
Bitcoin with the 3-0. Defensive dominance. It's the easiest way to describe it. Defensive dominance in round one as he stopped his opponent even clearing half the board. So round one was a win, full clear. Round two, again, he maintained his solid defense with his back wall maintaining its effectiveness and holding for another full clear victory. Now, in round three, more D, but this time a flawless victory against a 400k lifetime achievement opponent. So a very, very sweet end to the week and a triple whammy for Bitcoin. There is Div 1, the bottom. Yeah, DPK's definitely not loving the 3v3. You can see, the results of him not loving the 3v3 are very, very, very clear. But, that 3-0 from DB, yeah, he so needed that. He really, really, 12-12, that's not the best record. So, all we can hope is the 3-0 is something that, it can give him a lift, gives him a boost. I really, really do hope it gives him a boost.
Can we just remind everyone that yes, Thaddeus going nerdy really does have 216 battle losses.
Yeah, that is not a typo. That is a real number. That is if you want the end of season title for most battle losses, it's going to be a hell of a lot more than that after 2 months. We were just kind of keeping our fingers crossed that it didn't reach 4 digits, because then we would have to just do 1 and a K, because we can't fit more than 3 digits in that box. So,
no, not at all.
Let's have a look at the top. Oh, look at that. Look who is at the top.
Look who's standing there strong in the top with 3 wins ahead. You Ando.
Oh, yeah. Ando's, Mudbum is back in business. Obviously, he got the 3-0 this week. He's had a couple of bad weeks. A 3-0 definitely helped him. But Ando, he's just steaming away with it. He's had back-to-back 3-0s this week. And that's helped him so much. It really, really has helped him. No end. But, hey, that's what happens. Okay, on to the big boys.
Ooh, hold on. Seeing some issues in chat, but we'll deal with those in a moment. Let's talk about Scorch for a moment.
Oh,
Scorch
yes,
went.
actually. Oh my God! Hang on a minute. What the hell?
Yeah.
Okay. That would be, so the league tables were backwards. It would appear.
Looks like it.
Looks like. Hang on a minute. Let me go back. Previous. Yeah, that should
stand
be.
by.
That should be elite, not standard. And that should
yes.
be the bottom, not the so yeah. Okay.
Do tune in next week. We will have the corrected top
next
portion
week when
of Div 1 standard.
when we do the end of month, they will be 100. They will be accurate. That is the bottom of the elite, not the top of standard division 1 top. So slight error there. Slight error there. We will have this fixed for Tuesday's end of month show. They have no fear.
Absolutely. Let's get back to Scorch, shall we?
Let's get back to Scorch.
Round 1 Had to drop 2 against the Hux team, but he did get the full clear one shot. Got full clear one shot, taking the loss there. Round 2, 5 attempts against Darth Revan for the 6th to kill. Had to 2-tap a gas. Opponent didn't finish their attacks, apparently. Okay. Round 3 was a full clear one shot, but lost on efficiency. It pains to see a 1 and 2.
It doesn't look pretty. It doesn't look pretty. Heinze, the Aussie Adonis, secured his first flawless victory in weeks in round 1. But the master of the preload came up against troublesome First Order in round 2 and lost by 15 banners. Round 3, though, good recovery. Got the full clear. He is going to kick himself, though, for failing to secure his first triple of the season, though.
Paul. Hi, Paul. He's doing his normal 1 and 2 shenanigans. Round 1, lost by 36 banners. He dropped the battle early and just it snowballed from there. Round 2, not as bad of a loss. 20 banners. Made the wrong choice on a couple counters and again couldn't make it up. And as a note, both of the above rounds went light on defense. Anyways, on round 3, he cleared the top against an auto defense. Erodium is forever.
Look at that! Mudbum 3-0. Mudbum is back in business, and all it took was another GL. Because obviously Mudbum is now fighting with 2 GLs. Round 1 faced a single DL that wasn't on D, so got the win with a little efficiency. Round 2 squeaked by with a win. There was a GL Ray on D with Night Sisters, proved themselves worthy. And he got roasted for poor use of his slacker. But hey, he's only just got it. It's new. You know, it's a new toy. It's going to take a while for him to get used to new toys. Fresh. Round 3, heavy D teams are good. Very good. But only if leave enough for the O. And his opponent didn't. 3-0 for the Mudbum.
Mandalore Mandy. Round 1, he dropped a JTR against Finn and the Bros. And unfortunately got full clear one shot. Round 2, he lost the Slacker versus Ray battle, but still managed to get a clear after that. His opponent dropped 2 to Bosk Bounty Hunters. Round 3, dropped JTR versus Crew. But thankfully for him, all of his Separatist teams, barring the bugs, got at least 1 or 2 holds. So that's where he stole the win. So 1 and 2, tough, but hey, you got there, right?
Lazy Turtle 2-1, a collaborative masterclass. Some would say. Well, Lazy Turtle would say. Saw Turtle not fall to another 1 and 2. He's been having a terrible run of 1 and 2s recently. This week, Infinum helped him out, fellow competitor, with setting his D. Now, round 1, the D did its job, as neither of those involved got the full clear, but he got the win. Now, round 2 was strange. Strange, as Turtle's opponent won without any GLs, or a JKL, or any good mods at all. He just miraculously won. So he was either blessed by RNGesus and the RNG Gods, which would have meant, I mean, God knows how many sacrificial ghosts. Goats. But hey, round 3, another good win because of a solid D and a lot of overconfidence from his opponent. Never put trash on your back wall or you're gonna have a bad day.
Absolutely. Jake Johnson. Sorry, jumped the gun. Round 1, could not clear GL Ray after 4 attempts. And unfortunately got full clear one shot. Round 2, man, he had trouble with the Drevin, Mother Talzin, and Crew teams all on the enemy's defense. Getting a single hold with Dooku, but that was it. Round 3, dropped a fleet battle and got full clear one shot. So, man, he had a tough week. Sorry, Jake.
Ando. 3-0. Tough round 1. Faced a solid D from a defender of Endor opponent. But Ando had the double GL advantage. And, yeah, he took the win. Round 2 was more run-of-the-mill. Taking the win by simply being more efficient and stripping his opponent of banners. Forcing multiple double taps with his defense. And round 3 was a victory against Eric B from Heinz's Guild. Double GL battle, with Ando coming out on top, being far more efficient than his opponents. I think we can comfortably say that Ando's experimenting days are over.
That or the experiments are actually working.
Yeah.
Anyways, on to Ram Bam. He's celebrating his first Kyber ever. Round 1, went up against a Guild Alliance mate, had an epic matchup. They both one-shot everything, and it came down to ships. Got the tie, and he won on GP. Round 2, one-shot everything except for a Dooku and a Newt team, but his opponent couldn't clear his Jedi Knight Luke team, paving the way for victory. Round 3, he's suspecting that there was a possible cheater. Ever have those matches that you wish you could forget? He didn't pay enough sacrifices, the RNG Gods. Yeah, it was a crap show. Opponent went very heavy on defense. Focused roster. Ray beat Slacker, and things just got worse from there. CLS got creamed due to Ray taunting, targeting Chewie first. Tried to take in Palp, Vader, Watts, and what do you know? Ray targets Vader. Finally cleared it. Everything else went fine until a Jedi Knight Revan team. Padme, clones, even Darth Revan couldn't beat it. Ultimately preventing him from getting the full clear and the win, ending 3v3 in 2. Oh, hey, you got Kyber though. Celebrate it.
Dylar. 3-0. A painful season for Dylar ended on a high. Now his Slacker is finally up to Relic 7. And a triple crown to boot. So, hey, he's loving this week. Triple crown. Slacker to Relic 7. Oof, yeah. The same D on each of the 3 rounds. Saw his round 1 opponent stumble on his Poggle DDK team. His round 2 opponent fell to his OG Poe with Vets. And his round 3 opponent did a Heinze and preloaded the turn meter on Darth Revan. Triple crown. And I suspect a lot more to come from Dylar.
The Grand Admiral, round 1, got a glorious full clear one shot. And while the opponent did as well, the Empire scared them out of 8 banners, solidifying the win there. Round 2, everything was good until he faced a GL Ray. Took one attempt and stopped. Thankfully, his opponent couldn't clear the Empire's very own Ray. And round 3 dropped a battle with Imperial Troopers versus the Sisters. And his sisters lost against the Shak Ti team, but he did manage to get the clear there. And let me tell you, his opponent failed on Jedi Knight Luke. Took 2 tries for that one. Took a ton of battles against Darth Revan and Mon Mothma, doing some work as well as crew. Tons of work. Good job, Arnold. 3-0.
Indigo faced off against the Buddy, a friend of his, in round 1. I'm wondering if they're still friends because Indigo beat him and got the full clear. So, you know, are they, aren't they? Lost, unfortunately, the round 2 Battle of the GLs as he put his Slacker against the JTR squad by mistake rather than the GL Ray. So, yeah, schoolboy error that you don't want to see, really. Round 2 needed 2 banners for the Kyber title, so he full cleared half the board with leftover roster and got the win. P.S. Vader versus Ray Barris loop sucks, apparently. So 2-1 to Indigo, but he is going to rue the day he did not look at that squad and he took his slacker in against a JTR instead of the GL Ray. 2-1.
Blesso coming in. Man, round 1 only dropped a single battle. Kira versus Bastila. His opponent, man, had a tough time. Struggled against his own Ray, his Darth Revan, and his Finn, and Jedi Knight Luke. Round 2 was a glorious full clear one-shot with, again, his opponent struggling on his Darth Revan, his Jedi Knight Luke. And then round 3, another full clear one-shot. Darth Revan holding the line one time. Yeah. 2-1. Could be better, could be worse, but hey, you know what? He's gonna take it.
Zareth, 2-1. The 3v3 fatigue really got to Zareth this week, so he is definitely going to be glad to see the back of them. The GLs have been causing him, no end of problems. With a plea, he has a plea to CG: hold the 3v3s until there are some consistent off-meta counters for said GLs. I mean, he still destroyed his opponents in round 1 and round 2, but he himself got absolutely demolished by his round 3 opponent. A very, very uncharacteristic loss for Zareth that really can only be put down to the 3v3 fatigue that he's feeling right now.
End all be all. 3-0, undefeated this season, and as a bonus, none of his opponents could full clear him. 7 of them not even clearing a single zone of his, according to him. First 2 matches, both of their opponents kept their ultimate GL Ray on defense, which he full cleared with Vader Watts and Jedi Revan Gas. Both couldn't clear his Ray at the bottom or Jedi Knight Luke at the top. Last match, his opponent's Darth Revan Slacker gave him some issues, but he won on efficiency since they couldn't clear any team in the bottom zone. Good job with the 3-0 and all be all.
Solo base 2-1. The rematch with Gom was the prize. Would he get 2-0 over his fellow content creator? First, he had to get past R1 and R2, and he did it with style. Easy wins in round 1, easy win in round 2, saw him progress to the final and the highly anticipated rematch with good old Maurice. Good old Maurice placed his favorite defense, and Solo strengthened his. Ultimately, this might have been what cost him the victory, as the GL Ray counter was way too expensive, and he didn't have enough in the tank to clear the JTR Watts Scav team. It's 1 apiece, and I know you all, like I do, want to see a decider. 2-1 for Solo.
We need to see who breaks the tie there. And yes, you are seeing this, folks. There is finally a non-zero number in that loss category. Fruit Ninja Mike has unfortunately lost his first match in the entirety of GACenter. And the leader of the elite division is now fighting with everyone else. Man, the first 2 rounds were clear. No issues at all. And if anyone tuned in live to his round 3, they saw that he was just having some struggles. They placed the old slacker Daka zombie menace of the work. And even though he had 2 good counters for it, RNG just was not on his side.
You gotta sacrifice the goats. If you don't sacrifice the goats, they will not bless you.
Yeah, he took a calculated risk and he missed. And as he put it, had I just set a hard deal like usual, I would have won easily. The king has been dethroned. Or has he? We'll see in the tables.
Okay, so obviously this is Elite Division Bottom. So this is correct, accurate data. So Ando's not at the top of Elite Division 1. He's at the top of the bottom of Elite Division 1. Scorch coming up the rear. Paul's dropping down a little bit. Hindy's pulling up a little bit. Mandy's kind of stagnant. So, yeah, Lazy Turtle. Hey, you know, 2 and 1, a lot better than the 1 and 2s he's been getting recently. And Mudbum, yeah, that 3 and 0. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say he's probably going to start climbing the table now he's got both those GLs. He needs a bit of tutorage with his slacker. He definitely needs a tutor on how to use his slacker, because oh my god, did he get roasted. He got so roasted by the entire audience for his amateurish use of slacker. So yeah, definitely. And obviously we've got Ando there, 15 and 9. His 3 and 0. Let's have a look at the bottom of the top of the table and see just how close Ando is. And oh, Bram Bam, you've got Ando.
Is that a 400? That's like about a 400 banner difference.
You've got him on banners alone, mate. If you want to stay in the top half of the Elite Division, you need to start pulling away. You need those 3.
Wait, no. Actually, no. Yeah, it's like 400 banners. Good lord.
That is definitely a rivalry I'm going to keep my eyes on. Ram Bam, and Ando swapping. Who's going to be? Yeah, I'm going to keep an eye on that, because I can see those 2 swapping backwards and forwards. Because the thing is, there's 2 round wins between Ram Bam and Indigo, and underneath Ando, there's 3 wins between him. So those 2 are literally smack bang in the middle, both at 15 at 9. So whoever loses is going back into the bottom half, and whoever wins is going back into the top. So yeah, that's going to be. But hey, look at the top. Look at the top.
Sure enough, Fruit Ninja Mike, even though he's undefeated, is still standing at the very top. 23 and 1. The
only person that really was able to take advantage of Mike's misfortune was Endel, because Endel had a 3 and 0. Obviously Mike had the 2 and 1, so Endel really did take full advantage of that. And it's I think Klesso and Zareth are probably really looking forward to a return of 5v5, because you know 5v5 it's their wheelhouse. They'll probably be able to get a lot more 3 and 0s at 5v5 than at 3v3. That's where, that's where they dominate. That's where they get their wins. That's where they get their flawless victories and their full clears. But, you've got Solo and Endel, 2 full round wins ahead of them. And then Mike, 2 full round wins ahead of that. So, yeah, it's starting to split. The top of the table, it's starting to split. And Arnold. Yeah. Look, Arnold.
He's there.
He's had back-to-back 3 and 0s. He's had back-to-back 3 and 0s, and Zareth and Klesso have had back-to-back 2 and 1s. So, hey, Arnold's going to be rubbing his hands with glee. Definitely on target for a top 5 position. He's the one with the momentum at the moment. So, let's see. I don't think he's as strong in 5v5 as Klesso and Zareth are in 5v5. But next month's going to be really. So, there you go. That is Elite Division 1. Now, I do have in front of me the Standard Division top. So, I'm going to read that off for you very quickly. Bitcoin is at the top. 23 and 1. Finity, straight in there. 22 and 2. Ranger, number 3. 21 and 3.
Isn't it funny how both members of RSG are just sitting right there?
I know. We've got 2 members of RSG sitting at 2nd and 3rd. Whatever, Cubs Fan Han and Moon all sitting at 20 and 4 with whatever having the banner count to take him above. Wigsy, again the loss. He needs to get back to his 3 and 0s, and then we've got Biswees and Jigabachi, all 3 of them on 19 and 5. So it is very tight. We have 6 competitors all within 1 banner of each other at the top of Standard Division 1.
Jeez. Man. All right. Hey, Neil, guess what?
What?
We have an interview.
We have an interview. Yes, we do.
Who's it with?
It's with Finity, the newest member of the GACenter leagues.
Guys, on the other side of this break, we are going to be talking with Finity about how his GAC went and how his community interaction determines how he plays the game. See you on the other side, guys.
Are you a member of Team Paul or Team Neil? Maybe you prefer story time with the llama, or dabble in the buttery side of the force with Biscuit Weasel. Or maybe you like the escape pod talents from Down Under like Heinzie and Scotty. No matter who you support, you can get one of my designs from the Escape Podcast merch store. Just go to escapepodcastaways.com, click on the merch link, and it will take you to the TeePublic site where you can support me, Mrs. Anthony, also known as Critty K. Also be sure to check out the Mrs. Anthony Shirts channel on the Escape Podcast's Discord server weekly to vote for my latest shirts in the Design Derby on Woot. Links for both of these are down below. Thank you for supporting the Escape Podcast.
Does your guild want to tap into their full potential in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes? Yeah! For as low as $1 a month per guild member, your guild can unleash the power of the game in ways you never thought possible. Ooh. Track your arena movements, guild progression, and much, much more. Contact Shitty Bill and get one of his shitty bots on your server today. Just look for him on our Discord server and tag or message him for more information. The link for our server is below in the description. Shitty bots, don't let the name fool you.
SWGOH.GG is your one-stop site for the raw data behind the game Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. From complete gear lists to intuitive stats behind all of your favorite holotable heroes. SWGOH.GG has it all. With a .GG account, you can get a complete view of your own roster, see how you match up against other players, and even check out the history of your own Grand Arena Championship matches. You can also see what your opponent used on you to give you a better understanding of counters and team compositions to improve your gameplay. Did you know that they also have some great Patreon features as well? Ad-free browsing of their site, guild information, and manual information requests are included in their 3 levels of Patreon support. Check out the site for more details. That's SWGOH.GG. Unleash your holotable potential today.
And welcome back to the show, everybody. We have our newest competitor with us here today. He is very, very fond of porgs, and he very much likes to get his pickles out. It is the one, the only Finity of RSG. How are you today, Finity?
I am doing great. Glad to be here, Nev and Flair.
Thank you. And we can say now that RSG, that both halves are here. Ranger is no longer by himself, all by his lonesome, just saying Kyber's life.
He might have wished it. He might have wanted it to stay that way.
Well, and here's the thing. I think other people would think the same thing, because as soon as you came in and we did the back data on your results the last 2 months, you shot up straight away into the table. It was not you're in the middle of back. No, you're up top.
You're at the top. You are literally at the top. You are joint. I think you're in second only by virtue of banners.
Oh wow!
So cracking start for you. But I mean, we made it fair. We put the nominations. We created the nominations within the production team. But because you were going to be competing against other people in Division 1, and we don't really have a commission or anything like that yet, it was, right, okay, these are the options. Vote for who you would like to see in your division competing with you, and that was what we got.
Mm-hmm.
Got you.
And here we are with Mr. Pickleman here.
Yes, that is right. Everyone needs a pick. So the problem here, by the way, just so you know, is that I'm using a green screen, right? Uh-huh. And the pickle is green, so my pickle becomes invisible. So now I have like this invisible pickle going on every time I try to do a pickle shout out. So I need to figure out something else to do with this pickle.
Yeah. I
need to figure out
I don't know.
something.
Do you enjoy carrying phallic objects around with you regularly?
It can look pretty bad, right? But so it gets even worse.
He brings it back onto view and
because,
points at the camera.
it's gonna get worse because the other pickle I have is a pickle Rick, right? So if those of you familiar, it's from Rick and Morty, but the pickle part is green. So all you left with is like this creepy looking face every single. So my props have to be updated here because use of the green screen definitely doesn't quite work with pickles.
Not helping.
I have learned such thing. Yeah, no.
Anyways,
no.
we're here to talk about Grand Arena. So hey Finn, how was the last week of 3v3s for you?
So in general, I am not a fan of 3v3s, but GAC in general is fun for me. So it was a really fun week for me actually. Just like most of my GAC. GAC to me is my favorite game mode right now in the game. So definitely very fun.
I mean, you didn't have a very smooth week. I mean, the week started off great. I mean, you picked up the win in round 1, but you lost your second round. Any particular reason why?
Okay, so I don't want to blame him, okay, but the answer is Grande. Now, I'm not blaming Grande. So here's what happened. Grande's been extremely busy lately, and he had a little bit of free time, so I wanted him to come onto my GAC stream. And if you guys see it, my GAC streams, I normally call my GACs a litter box because we don't have a sandbox in the game, but you can use my roster to do whatever you want. I work with the people in the chat. We create defensive teams, we create offensive teams, and then we just go into GAC with what we have. So Grande joined me, and normally where I ask the fans, the viewers, to pick which teams we use for offense for different teams, and we just have fun, and we use Ewoks and Jawas and all kinds of things. I told Grande to use it, right? The problem is Grande comes from a much higher GP and like full relic squads. So in his mind, and this is just the fascinating thing to me about like even just being in Division 1, all the different variants there are in Division 1 and just the whole range of GPs, Grande is all reliced out. So he's coming up with these combinations that, yeah, they would make sense, except he wasn't looking at the gear levels, the relic levels. Right, so we have
a relic tune can do the non-relic tune.
Exactly. So normally, like I will use my Jedi Knight Revan against a Grievous team and not have an issue. But my Jedi Knight Revan team has only one relic, and that's a Relic 5 Grandmaster Yoda. Jolie and Jedi Knight Revan are gear 12. We had on defense a Relic 5 and 6 completely all the way through Grievous, B1, and Magna Guard. Right? And Grande said, let's use Jedi Knight Revan. So I'm like, okay, we'll go ahead and use Jedi Knight Revan. Well, with that many relics, it kind of becomes difficult because you quickly lose Jolie and then everything starts to fall apart. So it was just one of those things where it's like, yeah, I was just having fun with Grande. We were going through it. He was coming up with the correct counters, but the correct counters have to involve the same gear level or at least somewhat reasonable gear levels depending on the teams.
Plus or minus a few.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's pretty much what happened, and we lost that round, but it was a fun round because if you actually, when the GAC history comes out in SWGOH.gg, you'll see that I only attacked 2 teams, pretty much. I think maybe a third team. We attacked 2 teams, and one of the teams ended up with 11 defenses because we just had way too much fun just doing it.
Okay, then.
So it was we just had fun trying to beat this one team, just throwing things at it. We were like, you know what? Let's just have fun with this and see what happens. And so one team had 11 defenses. We beat 2 other teams, and we're just like, yeah, this was one hell of a GAC. So that was the reason for the loss. We just had too much fun with my GAC, but then won the 3rd round and yeah, ended off the week strong.
I was going to follow up with talking about your GACs being fun and being more interactive with your audience. Are you going to be more serious? But as it currently stands at the end of this month, you're going to be 22-2. So it's kind of a moot point as to whether or not you're going to be more serious, or are you going to continue with the winning formula of asking your audience what you should and should not do? Because 22-2 is a very, very good record for the league that you're in. So will you continue along the lines of your winning formula, or are you going to go all business, all serious, and go for the 12-0s every single month?
100% keeping it the same. And I want to say I want to say they're not necessarily mutually exclusive about being fun and being serious, right? I think the way I do the GAC and what I've told all the people in chat is that I want realistic things that we can put on defense and realistic teams that you guys think can win on offense, right? So it's not just about just like the throwing any team in there, right? But it's about having fun with the teams that I can make that have a reasonable stuff. And I will say one of the teams that I put on defense, because everyone asked for it, is Cup. Like every time you have one of these things, right? People ask for Cup, right? So I gear 12 Cup and made him reasonable to put on defense. And he's been in my 3 defenses. We did 2 girls in a Cup with a Padme lead, Cup and Barris, and actually got a defense in the last round with him. And we got defenses with, we got a hold.
You got a hold with 2 girls in a Cup.
Yep, we did. And in 5s, we put him on that team. And I believe our regular team with that is Padme, Anakin, Kenobi, Cup, and Jedi Consular. And we have gotten defenses with that because Jedi Consular is kind of like my vanity relic. So he's relic 4 just because they copied the model off of me. So we have put that on defense and gotten holds as well. So it's fun in that we are using characters with the way that I build my roster, which is different than a lot of people in Division 1. The way I have my roster built, it allows me to use characters like Cup and whatever others. Like I'm working on a bunch of other characters right now that people have requested. And as long as they are, my rule is fairly simple. As long as it's gear 11 or higher, and it is realistic, right? It's not just a throwaway team, because you get the Hermit, Yoda, Watt, and 3PO suggestions. And of course, that's not a serious one. So as long as it's a realistic suggestion, one that maybe I don't think is going to win, but it seems like it has at least a chance, I will do it. And it's one of those where people that are top end focused in their roster don't really get that luxury because you're kind of facing the same teams over and over again, and you don't get these inclusions of other ones. And that's why I build my roster the way I do. So it's still serious, but it's in a fun way because I'm able to utilize more characters than I think most other people do at kind of my competitive level in Division
1. Awesome.
Okay, Flair, hit him with the standard questions.
Yeah, so I don't know if we can really say weirdest team because I think your weirdest team wasn't really that. It was just your weirdest compatriot telling you how to play the game. With Grande telling you to throw JKR against Relict GGs. Let's see. So with you saying that chat kind of helps you decide your offenses and your defenses, what was a highlight team for you? Like what out of the stuff that chat had said, hey, hold this for offense or set this for defense, what was a highlight for you besides Cup?
Oh, you're taking out my highlight.
I'm taking out the highlight because we've already talked about it.
Okay. No. There's another highlight. So one thing that I do is, and I'm working on more, but what I like to do is, and I know he's kind of quitting right now, but I do want to give out a shout out to Urs. We did some commercials for characters and stuff before, but Urs really did a lot on his GACs with kind of the intros for different teams, right? So a while ago, I had I'm going on a little bit of a tangent, so I apologize here. I had a conversation with Smithy D when he returned, and just randomly, we started having a discussion about characters and if they had WWE intros and what they would be like. And so I started to make these little intro videos for particular teams, and we have like these little WWE type intros. So we have the Jawas that come in with the Undertaker theme. So they are the Jawa Takers officially in my streams. But there is also another one that I think is my most fun team. And for anyone that watches RSG, they'll know I have a Relic 7 Zeta Rose Tico.
You know,
and yes. And for you, those of you that don't know kind of what the background is on that, Jedi Consular is Relic 4 because he's Vanity. That is the one that I just wanted to take up because he kind of looked like me and it was just fun to have him at Relic 4. Rose Tico was actually 2 years ago. Her Zeta was put up for the American Cancer Society for our charity campaign. Mm-hmm. And so 2 years ago, I got her Zeta. Well, last year, we put up the Relic 7, and that filled up, so now I had to Relic 7 my Rose Tico. So I had this Relic 7 Rose Tico sitting in my roster. So now I have my Rey Jedi training team with BB-8 and Rose Tico in 3s. And we have determined that Rose Tico is the true hero of the Resistance because she wrecks teams. It is fantastic how much she wrecks teams. So when we play with Rose Tico, we have the chat guess how many of the kills she's going to get from the entire team. And she has gotten like full 3 kills on the team in 3v3 before because Relic 7 Rose Tico is actually pretty nasty. So Rose Tico is probably the one there. And if you're curious, for the wrestling theme, they are part of the Resistance X, copying from D-Generation X, and the intro X is in fact there.
Oh. So is she Triple H or is she HBK?
So that is an interesting thing here. We're still saying that I think Ray is probably closer to Triple H. And in fact, I think BB-8 is closer to HBK. So that actually puts Rose Tico more in the role of X-Pac. Because X-Pac was the true foundation of D-Generation X. For anyone, you know, X-Pac was the heart and soul of DX. I know I'm going on a tangent.
Yeah, no, you and I know what we're talking about. Flair doesn't know anything about WWE. So
I know nothing about this.
If you and I,
they lost me.
Finn, if you and I were to do this,
mm-hmm.
you and I know what that means. If we didn't say or put any context to it, Flair would be like, "What are you doing? Seriously, guys, what are you doing?" So,
this is WWE wrestling education for you, there, Flair.
If you like, you really should get Scorch the Hoss on, because he is the SWGOH community version of the WWE. We had him on as an interview last week. He loves his He talks like he's a cross between Chris Jericho and Urza, basically.
Wow.
Just
that's
wow.
All right, so the last actual
the last question, yes.
Last question. So again, you also said that your community helps you to kind of pick out what you're working on. So we'll ask the question, what are you working on?
So I'm working on 2 teams right now.
Mm-hmm.
One is the Mon Mothma team. I did put the Zetas on Mon Mothma and Pow, so I'm working on getting their gears up.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, the other, because it's trolly, but I have to do it when they ask this much, is the Tuskens. The Tuskens and the Rebel Fighters are the next 2 teams that I am working on to get them up to at least gear 11 so we can try to use them in some matchups in GAC.
God bless your soul, man. I don't think I could do it.
Well, it's one of those, that's what I was saying, right? Like, I play GAC a lot different. And I think, like, I don't know how much you know, Flair, but I have basically said I'm not going for any Galactic Legend. Straight up. I'm not going for any Galactic Legend. I do not intend on relicking any more characters right now. Because I do not think relics do a service to a free-to-play player right now.
Yeah, no, I'm right there with you. I won't be doing the same thing.
Yeah. You get the bonus in Squad Arena, right? That's where you use your Galactic Legends. You want to be competitive in Squad Arena. Galactic Legends is really what that is there. But if you don't have that competitive drive anymore, and you know what's going to happen with the next one, the next Galactic Legend is going to be released. There's going to be that huge relic gap.
That
and if
power
you're free
gap
to play,
is just going to go from here to here.
Exactly. But that's in Squad Arena, right? In the meantime, you have relicked all of these characters on your roster. GAC is based on your top 80 GP. So now you have this top 80 GP of all this relic characters. And if the Galactic Legends you have now are proven to be inferior than the new ones, you're going to be matched up against the new ones. And you're just going to be banging your head against the wall every time, right? So I have decided I'm making it so my matchup doesn't get me Galactic Legends. I have 16 Galactic Legends. I have 1 Relic 7, which is Rose Tico. I have 1 Relic 6, which is Gas. I have a couple of 5s, a couple of 4s, a few 3s, right? But nowhere near even what the requirements are for Galactic Legend Ray. So the chances of me facing a Galactic Legend are like slim to none. Like if I faced a Galactic Legend, it would literally be if they had the Galactic Legend and nothing else. At which point then I can throw multiple things at Ray and eventually burn her down. But otherwise, it's not going to matter, right? So it's just because of the way I build my roster. I I coined myself the OG bottom fluffer because I bottom fluff my roster like nobody else, and that is what I plan on continuing to
Very
do.
fluffy bottom there, isn't it?
It is. It is a very, very fluffy bottom.
Okay, it's time for you to pimp your stuff.
Sure. So, I am Finity with Reality Skewed Gamers, and we stream on both Twitch and YouTube. More on YouTube for Galaxy of Heroes, and we have a little bit more variety on Twitch. So on YouTube, we have the longest running Galaxy of Heroes live stream in the galaxy. We are over 4 years now of streaming on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern Time every single week. So we have not missed a week of our Wednesday night stream. Again, 8 p.m. Eastern Time on YouTube. And then on Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, we have Jedi Academy, where we have a great panel of YouTubers and content creators, including Mr. Nev as part of this, who joins us. And we answer questions for the community for about 2 hours. And honestly, we've been thinking recently about maybe extending the time and maybe changing the time because we've just had so much more interest, so many more questions. So, but right now, 10 a.m. Eastern Time on Saturday mornings on YouTube. And then Ranger will be on Monday through Fridays at 12 p.m. Eastern Time during the RSG lunch hour, where if we have anybody that wants a roster review free of charge, you just have to message me, let me know that you want a roster review, send me your GG page, and Ranger does roster reviews for anybody that wants a roster review. And he will also do his GACs on the lunch hour. And really, it's just an hour stream to help you through the middle of the day. If you're bored at work and not sure what to do, and you have Galaxy of Heroes on your mind, well, jump onto YouTube and join us for the lunch hour.
Fine Ranger.
Mm-hmm. and then on Twitch, we play a bunch of different games. We play a bunch of different games on Twitch. Normally somewhere around 2 p.m. or 3 p.m. My schedule fluctuates a little bit just because of work. So somewhere either 2 p.m. or 3 p.m. on Galaxy of Heroes GAC offense days, I will be on Twitch doing my GAC. And then on the evenings, we play a bunch of other games. GTA 5, Don't Starve Together, Marbles on Stream. We've done, what else? We do D&D, of course. We have our big campaign on D&D on Saturday nights at 8 p.m. So Twitch, a little more variety, but there is Galaxy of Heroes on there with me. And then on YouTube, we are very much more Galaxy of Heroes.
Alrighty, Finn, it has been a pleasure to talk to you tonight, buddy.
It was definitely fun talking to both of you guys.
Excellent. We are going to play you out with a little Rose Tico.
And here goes Rose Tico hitting against the Foresight. I'm moving it to 1x because here we go. Pew, pew, there we go. 2 kills for Rose Tico against the First Order. Relic 7, Rose Tico, showing why she is indeed the hero of the Resistance.
And welcome back to the show, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you enjoyed that interview with Finn as much as we enjoyed conducting it. It is thoughts and acknowledgement part of the show now.
Dude, let me tell you, tonight's been a busy night on the Escape podcast.
Oh, hell
in
yeah,
terms of activity. Let's start off the bat. We have a follow from Leo Mr. 97. Thank you so much. A gift sub from Fartmart for Waffle Dolphin. Thank you so much, Fortmort. A gift sub from Spartan landing on Arnold. Thank you so much, Spartan. Cubs fan Han, Arnold T101, and Bulldog 1205, all giving follows. Followed up by a gift sub from Waffle Dolphin 4. And let's see here. We have another follow from Jerome, and then 100 bits from DJ Sir Loki. Guys, thank you so much for the support that you all are showing the Escape podcast and for this show.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been an absolutely cracking show. Apologies.
In chat, this is the part where we kind of break show a little bit.
Kill Finn.
In chat, this entire
Finn,
time,
I'll help.
Finn is not Finn. Ranger is just wanting Finn out of here.
Reality Skewed Gamers interviewers were great. Interviewees sucked.
Oh wow.
Wow. Some. I don't know. Is that table salt or is that rock salt? I mean. Whoop
No.
whoop. DJ Saloki.
Anyways, Neil, we are at the end of a month.
Yes, we are. It's the end of another month. Did you go 12-0?
Shut up.
That must be me.
Shut up.
It must be me. It must be me. I think I'm probably one of the only competitors in the league that does not suffer from 3v3 fatigue. I love 3v3. I am probably the only person that is sorry to see 3v3 go because I love it. I got my back-to-back quad Kyber off 3v3. I got Kyber on 4 separate accounts on 3v3. Love 3v3. I didn't go 12-0 on every single one of those accounts. I went 12-0 on 2 and 11-1 on the others. So, hey.
I'm
I
a
love
little
3v3.
biased. It was my first Kyber. And I think that's the extent of the biasy to it. But I don't know. I mean, I think it felt a little too soon, but we have no control over what CG is going to do for the GAC formats.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows? They could eventually try to figure out how to put in a second fleet and not get pitchforks at their front door. They already do sometimes, but who knows?
I mean, there is that. There is that. For the Div 1, I would like to see 2 fleets. I would like to see two fleets required for. I'm not, not the lower divisions, Div 1 and Div 2 only. Veteran players, because veteran players are going to have at least 5, maybe 6 capital ships and enough. Stop it. But veteran players are going to have enough fleet to be able to do 2 in defense and 2 on offense. So I would very much like to.
I think just the notion of that is not working in chat. But hey, so as we've mentioned, it's the end of a month.
Yes. A Tuesday we have our end of the month show. Obviously, there's always. I mean, it's not always necessarily in the schedule right from the beginning of the month. For some reason, they never put a gap between one month to the next month, and then as soon as the end of the month comes, subject to change kicks in. And we get that 1 week gap. So we'll always have a summary of the month show every Tuesday after, and then boom, straight into the next month. So there will be a summary of the month at the end of, not the end of next week, at the beginning of next week on Tuesday.
On Tuesday, yep.
Hopefully we'll get, I have an idea of who I would very much like to get for our interview, and hopefully I'll get him. He's one of the bigger content creators, so I'm keeping my fingers crossed that I can get him. I really, really am. Fingers crossed that we can get him. So you'll definitely not want to miss that. We'll have the regular boards for the month so that we can take stock of how everybody's done, and we'll have a very, very special extra board. So you'll be able to see how everybody kind of like leveled out for that month, and we'll do that every single month. So you get to see some you get to see the same stats, but in a slightly different way during that 1 month gap, just so that you can kind of get a feel for how everybody did over a month, not just over a week.
So and also, there's some people who are winning purely because of banners right now, but that's not always the case. And so this is just a good look. Anyways, we're running a little long on time. Really quickly, Neil, what's happening on the Escape podcast?
Well, we've got our show on Friday, and that's the staple for my week with my hetero life partner, Paul Anthony, my co-host of the show. You're not my hetero life partner. Paul's my hetero life partner.
I'm good. No, thank you.
You're just a co-host.
Yes.
So we'll have that on Friday, and then obviously we will have the show with you on Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
And what about yourself?
Over on my side, honestly, I'm in this really weird busy point in life right now, and so this week is kind of up in the air. But we'll be probably having some fun, Satisfactory, Fall Guys, just kind of doing whatever. Also, as Paul's just put in chat, Paul is going to be attempting a 24-hour live stream this weekend. So if you are around on Saturdays, come and check him out. He's going to be giving an attempt. We have some plans in the works involving 24-hour live streams, so stay tuned for that. Anyways, any other acknowledgments or thoughts, Neil?
No, we are good to go.
All right. Guys, seriously, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for the support that y'all are showing to GACenter as well as the Escape Podcast in general. Until then, y'all take care. Have yourselves a great afternoon, great day, morning, wherever you are in the world. And we'll see you next time. Neil, I love saying this. Push the button.
You got it, mate. Bye for now, folks.
See you guys.